to another episode of Scott's 4x4 Adventures rig builds. Now, last episode we left you on trying to straighten up the front end on what was the other Jeep. Unfortunately, after playing a lot more, after the camera stopped rolling and everything like that, it was pretty much a lost cause. It was way too far bent, way too far twisted, and unfortunately there was just no recovering it. So that was sort of a bit of a loss. You roll with the punches. When you tackle a project like this, with what I'm trying to do, these things happen. So anyway, jumped in the big Captiva on the car trailer, went all the way up to Coffs Harbour like I planned, bought myself another Jeep, brought it home, floor completely rusted out, absolutely gutted, nothing I could do about it. The guy lied to me, he said there was not enough, there was no rust in it, you know. These things happen, same thing, you roll with the punches. So anyway, I took some bits and pieces off that and then pretty much got rid of it. Now I found another one looking on Facebook Marketplace, and we found another one up towards Tamworth away, about 2 hours north of Tamworth, so not too bad. Went up there, had a look at that, picked that up. I only paid $350 for this one, and I'm absolutely stoked with it. I can't wait to show it to you guys. It's hands down, it's going to be 100% perfect in every way. It's got a really good exterior in terms of straight panels and chassis and stuff like that. It doesn't start and run at the moment. It's meant to have had a reconditioned motor in it. If we can get it running, I'll determine on what I want to do there. But basically the reason why it was $350 is that it doesn't run. It hasn't been driven in a very long time. And because they've had such big mouse plagues up in northern New South Wales, unfortunately mice have gotten into the interior and just absolutely had a field day in there. It's just absolutely trash. But that doesn't matter, because the good news is, with the other one that I've got that's got the twisted front end, it's only got 140,000 kilometres on it, which means what I can do is I can take the interior out of that and put it in this one, because it's the exact same in every way. The interior and the twisted one is absolutely immaculate, as you've seen from the last video. It's got 140,000 Ks on it. It's a very tidy car. And we're basically going to take the interior out of that and put it in this. Now, if I can get the motor to run in this, and it sounds healthy and I'm happy with it, then we'll run with the one that's in there. If I'm not happy with it for whatever reason and I decide, nah, okay, not happy, take it out, we'll take the running gear out of the other one and we'll throw it in this one. But this one is 100% the vehicle that I'm going to build now. People with loud exhaust, sorry, my shed echoes so much. Right, so without further ado, let me introduce you to what is going to be Scott's 4x4's Jeep Cherokee build. One, two, three. Here we go, legends. Here it is, the Jeep XJ Cherokee. Now, as I said, the rats in this thing have had an absolute, mice, whatever you want to call it, have had an absolute bloody field day. The inside of it is just, it's absolutely hammered. Have a look at this. I'll take you in here. It's not the best. Hang on, I'll drop that down a bit. If you have a look in here, you can see what I mean. It's finished. Like, it's just absolutely putrid, every way, shape or form. You know, there's mice shit, crap everywhere, and it is just absolutely horrible. You know, the boot's the exact same. It's all full of it. You know, so look. At the end of the day, it is what it is. For 350 bucks, I can't complain. As I said, the front end on this thing is just absolutely immaculate in every way. Check this out. I'll take you in here. So as you can see, you know, it is just, it's had it. It's the interior, sorry. The interior has absolutely had it. It's absolutely no good in every way, shape or form, and unfortunately there ain't no recovering it. The steering wheel's all been chewed out. The mice have actually chewed out plastic in certain places of it, and look, unfortunately it's just not going to do it. So as I said, we do have an immaculate interior in the other Jeep, and that is fantastic news because it means that I can take that interior and put it in this. So what we need to do is, one, get some lighting in there, start to try and clean it all up, try and shovel some of the mouse shit and chewed up crap out, clean it down as much as we can so we can actually start ripping stuff out. The tyres are flat on this side of it. Unfortunately, I had a bit of an issue when I was unloading it off the car trailer, and this side rubbed up against the rail because I was trying to unload it on my own and hadn't have any help. And long story short, they got punches all through the sidewalls from the sharp bits on the side of the trailer. But it doesn't matter. Not going to use these tyres anyway, so bugger it. What else is there to tell? So it's a November built 94, but it's plated built date 95. Now that means it's one of the first Series 2 XJs to come out with the airbag and the OBD2 setup and everything to match the other one, which is fantastic because it means that everything's interchangeable in every single way. Seats, wiring harnesses, gearbox, diffs, engines, it's all interchangeable. All the sensors are the same, they run all the same plugs, they run absolutely everything that they need to run. So that itself is absolutely fantastic. So even though it's plated November 94, I've still got the number plates that come with the other one, which is 95 LMTD, 95 Limited, being an XJ Limited Cherokee. I'm going to run them on this even though it's built November 94, because why not? I have them, they look cool, might as well use them. What else is there to know? We actually had dramas, funny enough, while we were going to pick this up in the big Captiva. And I'll actually show you. Give me a second and let me go and get it. Basically what happened is the diesel filter harness that, not the harness, sorry, I'll get it right in a minute. The diesel filter canister that actual houses the diesel filter itself in the Captiva. We were driving back from a place called, I can't remember the name of it now, and I can never pronounce it properly. I'll drop it in the comments anyway. We were driving back from this little town about an hour or 2 hours north of Tamworth, and when you get onto a place called Somerton Road, as you're going through Manila, we were calling in because my sister-in-law lives up there. Shout out to them, they have been absolutely amazing. If it wasn't to having their place up there, we wouldn't have even known that I had a diesel leak in the first place, and God, would have been a catastrophe in one. Anyway, there's a dirt section between Manila and Somerton, and I think it happened on that dirt section, the vibrations of the corrugates and everything else, because the big Captiva, it's a tar princess. It never goes off-road. Even though it's all-wheel drive, it never really sees the dirt other than me going to get a bit of firewood on the back with a car trailer, with a box trailer or whatever. So, you know, I just think that, you know, plastic had gone brittle over time, you know, and the shaking of the vibration of the road basically just caused capered with this plastic filter. And anyway, what it ended up doing was putting a great big dirty split straight up the guts of it. Hang on a second and I'll go and get it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So basically, this is the diesel filter here on the Captiva. Why they make a plastic diesel filter, I don't know. It is the stupidest idea ever. But if you have a look in here, right, In here where my finger is, if it'll focus, hang on, I'll get it to focus on you. In here, in this seam here, I don't know if you can see it or not, I'll put a photo up so you can see it in the daylight. In that seam, basically, is where it's been cracked. Now, what's actually happened is, when it's cracked, obviously it started pissing out with diesel. So, driving along, I've pulled up at the Somerton pub, and shout out to the Somerton pub, those blokes are legends. Like, they come straight out the moment the bonnet was up, you know, hey mate, what can we do to help, you know, blah blah blah. Fucking fantastic people, cannot get better than that. Anyway, basically pulled up and I could just see a streamline of diesel on the ground from where I'd driven forward and then reversed back on the car trailer back up onto the lawn, so I could go into the Somerton pub, because we were going in to have a beer and a feed and stuff like that, you know, because why not? It's a good joint, you know, support your local pub, or support your local pubs I should say, support all your local community stuff. Anyway, could smell diesel, got underneath it. My best friend who was with me at the time, got them to start it, got my head underneath it, and it is just streamlining diesel out. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? You know, how am I going to fix this? I'm 5 hours from Sydney. You know, I've got no tools on me at all, may I add, as well, which is very unlike me to travel without any tools. Hang on, I'm just going to close this. Very unlike me to travel without any tools at all, because, you know, I always normally have something. Had nothing at all. Broken filter, I had to get it out. And I had nothing. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do? Oh, I know, you know, jump on the blower, get onto the phone. Sister-in-law, hey, whereabouts are you guys, blah blah blah, because they'd moved, I didn't know where their house was or whatever. I went anyway, got onto them, they were only around the corner, sweet, jumped in it, drove it around the corner, it's pissing out diesel everywhere, is what it is, didn't have a choice. Got to their place, was like, right, okay, do you have any tools? And they said, no, all my tools are in the back shed, and they're all buried in boxes, and I don't know where anything is. Basically, I can't help you, I have no tools. I'm like, okay, awesome. Great, I'm stuck 5 hours from home, I have no tools with me at all, and I have a leaking diesel filter, and I have to be home because I have to start work at 6 a.m. the next morning. So I'm thinking to myself, holy dooly, how the hell am I going to get out of this one? So anyway, scratching around in the car, it just so happens that when I've had my tool bag in and out of the car, whatever the story may be anyway, it just so happened that there happened to be a 10mm spanner wedged between the center console and the right-hand front seat in the Captiva. And I'm just like, this is a lifesaver. Like, what are the chances of this happening? You know, it's just 1,000,000 to 1, you know. Fantastic. I was over the moon. So anyway, get out, and if anyone who plays with modern cars all know straight off the bat that 98% of your engine bay components are bolted in with 10mm bolts and nuts. So I was cheering. So anyway, I've started undoing everything. All those spring clamps on the hoses, I was able to get enough pressure with my hands to be able to get them to release. Got it all apart, got the housing out, went right, awesome. Got it out, could see where it was leaking, whatever else, because, you know, at this point I didn't know it was cracked until I'd seen it. It was like, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to get around this? Right, okay. What I'm going to do is basically I'm going to try and bypass the filter so that the diesel can run, you know, through into the injector rail or whatever, you know, and be alright. So, yep, alright. Normally I don't recommend this because I'm all about having diesel filters, diesel pre-filters. I even like having petrol pre-filters on petrol cars. Bypassed that, so I went down to old mate's shed, got a bit of laundry hose because that's literally all he had, you know, come back up, forgot that I had this on the car trailer on the back of it. I was just too focused on, you know, trying to fix this so we could get on our way. I didn't even think that, you know, oh, you're towing a whole car with hoses and diesel fuel hoses and everything on it that I can take, like, duh. Anyway, put a bit of laundry hose on it, went, oh, that's right, I bought a handful of hose clamps just before I went on this trip, and I threw them in the glove box, and then I never took them out of the car. Cheering, couple of hose clamps, bit of laundry hose, yeah, this will do, you know, we'll get home, or at least get into Tamworth where I can buy a bit of fuel hose. Anyway, alright, sweet, fixed that all up, kicked in the guts, ran, awesome, put it all back together, water in the pump, off we went, in the bottle, sorry, off we went. Anyway, we get about 5 minutes down the road, driving, and then all of a sudden it just dies. Absolutely nothing. Turn the key, winding over like a madman, no fire, no diesel. Awesome. Get out, check the hose, the makeshift hose that I made, and obviously laundry hose isn't diesel rated and it's definitely not pressure rated because it blew a big hole out the side of it. I'm like, well, now I'm screwed. What now? So then I start looking around, and then I went, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I have a whole car full of hoses on the back. Let's go raid one off the Jeep. So that's what we've done. Raided a hose off the Jeep, same 2 hose clamps, same scenario with thicker, fuel rated hose. Never missed a beat the whole way home. Didn't leak a drop and was able to punch it all the way back to Sydney. I've since got a replacement one of these through work. If anyone doesn't know what I do for work, I actually work in a wrecking yard, which is a perfect place to work when you like playing with cars. So, managed to get one at work, happy days, it's back on now, and the big Captiva was up and running, and it's all good, ready to go on the next adventure. That thing, I know a lot of people give Captiva or Craptivas a whole world bucket of crap, but I tell you what, it's changed my opinion on it. This thing, hands down, has been the unsung hero in my fleet of personal vehicles. Like, I've got so many other cars and stuff like that I don't put on the channel because they're not four-wheel drive related, and that hands down has been like an unsung hero. It's picked up multiple different cars for multiple different mates. It's just, yeah, one of these days I'll do a walk around on it just because why not, but yeah, as I said, it's an unsung hero. So anyway, back to the story at hand. Word to the wise, plastic diesel fuel housings are a terrible idea on a 4-wheel drive. If you can upgrade them to something metal, probably would recommend it because they crack under obviously sheer vibration. So anyway, that was all good. Captiva towed it home, happy days, got it off the trailer, stuck it in the shed, and here we are tonight. Now, so that was the story of going to get said Jeep. Very exciting. Not. Anyway. Right, so back to the Jeep at hand. What we're going to do with this is get all the interior completely out of it, 100%, rip the seats out, dash, center console, carpet, completely gut it so it's completely bare bones inside. Now, the other thing that I want to do with this is I really want to soundproof the cab because I haven't driven one of these enough to know, but I've been told by multiple amounts of people that it's very important if you get it all down to do a build like what I'm doing is to soundproof all the flooring and everything like that and do it all properly with soundproofing. One, you know, the noise inside the cab is completely cut in half, which is fantastic with exhaust setup and everything that I want to run on this. But what it also does too is it keeps a lot of the warmth in summer in your cab, in winter, so in your cab while you're driving, so you don't have to use your heater as much. And it also helps cold air in winter, in summer, sorry, when you've got the aircon on. So that in itself is fantastic too. So yeah, so we're going to get all the interior ripped out of this and clean it all up and just sort of see where we're at. So I'm going to get stuck into that now, and then we'll come back to you once I've tidied it up a little bit, got all the seats and everything out, and we'll see where we're at from there. So let's do it. So I've just got the first seat out. Man, that was a mission and a half. Whew. But have a go at this. There's just so much rat crap in this car. Like, it's just crazy. So, well, we keep going and get all the seats out and happy days. Alright guys, check it out. We got all the front seats out now. So I'm going to rip the back seats out now. Just have a look. I still can't get over how much the rats have destroyed in this thing. Like, just have a go at it. It's insane. It's next level. So we'll get the back seat out next, and yeah, happy days. But look, so far, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just nuts. Like, yeah, wow. All right, let's get into it. I want to mention too that I've also got to keep stopping because the bloody vacuum cleaner keeps getting full that quick because there's just so much of this stuff. It's just insane. It's next level. Something I'm not looking forward to doing, but I tell you. Cool thing with these Jeeps is they've actually got the quick disconnect back seat, which is kind of cool. I'd actually forgotten about this, but yeah. Holy dooly. Wow. Ready to start pulling out some of the plastics and try and start pulling this carpet up. Now I'm going to skip this part because it's going to take a long time to get all these plastics off, so I'll come back to you in a sec once I've got it all right. Legends, check it out. We have the carpet out of the Jeep now, so if you come in here and have a very close look, I've still got a lot of cleaning up to do, but it's all out. If you have a look through here, you can actually see there's still a great amount of shit actually still in here, but it's actually not that bad. Now, the rust that I was worried about is minuscule. We've got a little bit over there to address, but other than that, it actually all looks quite tidy, so I'm very happy with that. What I will do though is I'll swing you around here and I'll introduce you to a bloke called Jason. Say g'day, Jace.
How are we?
I've known this fucker for
17 years.
17 years, something like that. And I tell you what, 17 years of full regret right there. Anyway, my channel will be featuring a lot of him. He's going to be doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff for me as well. He'll be in front of the camera a fair bit as well, but so you'll see a fair bit of him. But welcome to the channel. Alright, let's check out this rust. Alright guys, come and check this out. This is about all I'm going to do for the night. I'll take you in here. So I've cleaned it all up. The floor's not that bad. As I said, there's a couple of cancer spots. There's one there, that's the worst. I've still got to clean all this up, but all in all, I'm quite happy with it. So, yeah. Alright. that'll be it for tonight. I'm going to leave you there, and I'll see you tomorrow after I finish work. And we'll get back into it and get the back half done. Alright, laters. Yo! G'day guys. Welcome back to another video. Now, I know I said on the last one that I was going to leave you and I'll see you in the morning, but reality is it's been about 2 weeks since I picked the camera up again. Unfortunately, quite a few things got in the way. I didn't get a chance to get back into it until now. Now, as you can see behind me, both the Jeeps outside now as opposed to being in the shed because, you know, I've had other stuff in and out and other jobs have come on. I've had quite a few emergencies and stuff like that, so I haven't been able to play. But I did have a little bit of a play the other night. This is the smashed one. We've got it back up and running now after massive failed attempts at trying to get the other one to run. It just would not have a bar of it. No matter how hard we tried, no matter what we changed, bought new sensors, bought new plugs, bought everything that you could think of to try and get it to start. Could not get it to work, put everything back in the other one, kicked up straight away. My guess is the mice and rats have gotten that far up in behind the dash and chewed that much of the wiring out that we don't know what's working and what's not. So, new plan. After a failed attempt of trying to put the front end of this one, which in the last video, you've seen that in the shed, being all the interior pulled out of it and everything like that. Basically, we put the front end off that onto the black one. Didn't work. As you could see in the previous video, it basically was just no good. The whole front's twisted. We gave it 2 or 3 big pulls with the other 4B, and it just, unfortunately, absolutely no joy at all. Cannot get it to straighten out whatsoever. So what we're going to do now, after I sat down with Jace that you've met the other bit earlier on, we sat down with him and we worked out that basically what we're going to do is we're pretty much going to take the motor and box out of the black one, take the motor and box out of the good one, and take all the running gear out of big black and put it in the big blue. Just for the simple fact of the black car has got all good harness, it's got a good engine, it's got a good strong transmission, everything works, everything runs, you know, it makes sense. Basically, bare rolling shell strip out the other one, bare rolling shell strip out of this, and just transplant everything across, motor box, body loom, everything. That way it defeats all the electrical gremlins that we're going to have in that, because the wiring is just so much of a crap show, we don't know what's Arthur or Martha. And it also basically means too that I know what's going back in, and I can run additional cabling for other stuff in between that. So probably be 2 or 3 more episodes on other stuff before we come back to this. I've got a very, very, very exciting another 4-wheel drive unveiling in the next episode. Can't wait to show you guys that. And there'll be quite a number of trips in that whilst these are getting built. There'll still be build series on these, don't get me wrong, but I need something to get, you know, out and about in, and not only that too, bring you guys along for the journey. And I can't do that while I'm still building these. And these are gonna be quite a big tackle. Like the time frame is, you know, sort of a bit unknown about that. So very, very, very keen to get into that. But anyway, that'll be upcoming soon. So there'll be more Jeep build series coming up. We've got the unveiling of the big red car coming up as well. I'm also going to try and improve on some audio gear in between then as well. Try and see if we can get some clearer and better sound. Try and block out some of the road noise from behind me. That's why I very rarely film outside, as you can hear. I've attempted it multiple times and it just doesn't work now. The road noise is too loud. But yeah, very, very keen to introduce you to the red car. Very, very keen to introduce you to the Caravan too. We've got quite a few product reviews coming up as well. You know, stuff like on the Arc Pack, you know, fridges and how to choose what size you need to go away, what battery capacity for battery boxes you need and stuff like that. So we've got heaps and heaps of stuff coming up on the channel, heaps and heaps and heaps of trips planned too between now and Christmas, so I'm keen to get into that. A lot of them are unfortunately going to be either one nighters like Saturday night into Sunday, or just Sunday day trips here and there, just because I work most weekends and I can't get the time off at the moment. But over the Christmas break, I'm definitely going to be recording a lot of stuff around Victoria, South Victoria, stuff like that. Big plans for that too. I want to do a walk around on the Captiva as well, because I know I've had some interest in that. You know, it's a tow vehicle. It does all the behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't get to see. So I'm keen for that too. But anyway, I'll bring you over here. Come with me. Let's go for a walk, right? And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. How twisted this front end is on this Jeep, because it's absolutely next level. So here we go. I'll sit you down there. Have a go at that, will ya? That was my failed attempt at trying to put the guards off the blue onto the black. Now you can see here, this bonnet is twisted along here and it's pointing that way. And the gap on that side is absolutely horrendous. Like, if I bring you in around here, have a go at this. Just see how far that is out. Absolutely horrendous. It's just absolutely horrible. There's nothing I can do with it. It's just too far twisted. But this is running again. So running gear out of this into the blue. So that'll be the next episode. You know, we'll be bringing everything out of the blue, put it in the back. There's a big Captiva behind me for anyone that's interested. My XR6 and a few other bits and pieces lying around. But yeah, if anyone sort of is interested in other videos on the other vehicles I own too, please let me know. I'm more than happy to do a bit of a drop. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for this episode. I know it ends kind of weird because I backed off the other one and not a lot else has happened, and it's not the best. I'm sorry. I will get better at putting these videos together the more I do them, and the more I'm learning with the editing software and stuff too, the cooler they're going to get and the more not so raw that they're going to be. But yeah, very keen to bring you in and show you some of the other cars that I've got and the other Forbies. So yeah, no, that'll be good. That'd be absolutely fantastic. So until the next, guys, thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. If you like what you've watched, or if you don't like what you've watched, do nothing. It doesn't really bother me either way. I don't do these videos, as we know, for the fame or for the likes or for anything like that. You know, I do it because I enjoy getting behind the camera and showing you guys, you know, a real raw experience of four-wheel driving that not a lot of other channels do, you know, and that's again what I'm all about. So very keen to get out there and show you like these honest product reviews and stuff like that. So yeah, please, as I said, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. It definitely means a lot. You know, and drop comments down below and tell me what you think. If you don't like the Jeeps, if you like the Jeeps, what I should do with the Jeeps while I'm playing around with the wiring, you know, all that sort of stuff. Oh, we're based in Sydney. Whereabouts in Sydney I should take you guys? Got some big plans, you know, around Lithgow and that sort of area, but a lot of people have done that already. So, you know, where else can I venture out to and show you guys, take you along for journeys and stuff like that, you know, show you what works and what doesn't work, you know. So, yeah, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. Much appreciated, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.